Hi, Misha here, and this video, as the title suggests, is not actually about a firearm or even a magazine. It's about what comes in the magazine. A new type of ammunition, a new brand, 7.62 by 39 caliber, something we've all been needing with the kind of drought in the last few years on imports, and I don't know what PSA is doing with their domestic stuff. Made in Poland, this is the Grom Factory brand. Grom, for what it's worth, in Polish means thunder, although you might be more familiar with the word because it's their, essentially Navy SEALs, their Special Forces unit, take it as you will. The ammo's a little interesting. It comes in these 50-round boxes. It's 124 grain. And it's sort of surplus and sort of not. Because of U.S. import regs, you really can't bring in straight surplus ammo. So what they're doing, they're taking the original steel case, original Burden primer, and they're putting a new copper-jacketed lead core bullet in there. It has a lacquer case on it. And they say that it is military power. In fact, that's one of the selling points they're talking about, is that this is not any kind of cheap civilian ammo, maybe weaker loaded. This is supposed to be full roundhouse military power. They also claim it will be consistent, and the bullet will not lead to fouling of the bore. But that's just what they say. We're going to try it out with 3 very different type of AKs, and beginning with Fox's Pioneer, but he's done something to it that I don't know, so let's see.
Here you go.
Well, it's still in one piece.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I felt something catch my shirt there. I mean, it will be grippy.
It was just a little too long. We needed to trim things down.
Yeah, this is going to be more uncomfortable than usual. Well, I did the Beats Wood for 20 minutes video, so I guess this is Fox.
Go a little to the left.
Okay.
A little more.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you lined up on a target. Just a hair more. I think you can hit a target right there. Let's see.
It is not underpowered. Ow, my shoulder. That's not the ammo's fault. It is literally stuck to my shirt. Okay, it's Fox's time to enjoy that.
Custom woodworking with Fox. Yeah, that's definitely high power ammo. Right down my back. No.
It's exactly what you deserve.
Oh,
that is
it's still in my it's still in my shirt.
That puts a whole new mini to hot pot.
Oh my God. The one time my shirt's tucked in. Oh. Damn it, that was hot. All right. That's all good. Carry on. Here we go. Holy crap. Back at it. Well, that was brutally painful on all ends.
You deserved it.
Well, all right. That ammo's punchy. That's good ammo.
Punchy, powerful, what they were promising. Of course, to be fair, the Pioneer is a little bit overgassed, and it's a little, well broken in by now, and his stock does not help things, and he completely deserved the shot down the back. What they're doing is, they're taking original military ammo, remanufacturing it with new bullets, and they're putting new powder in if needed. Otherwise, they're just using the powder, but, if it needs replacing. So the cartridge and the primer are original. So this is military spec stuff, altered just enough to comply with U.S. import. And it does seem nice and clean. We didn't notice any, rust on it. Of course, it's FMJ, at least this loading. And the Grom factory in Poland makes other cartridges, so this doesn't have to be the only thing coming in. But right now, because of the need of 7.62x39 specifically, this is what they're launching with in 2025. And with that, we tried it out of a Polish gun. Let's move on to a neighboring state, and frankly, one of the best guns on the market for entry level or advanced level today. Okay. Now we'll move over to Serbia, Zastava, and we'll start off with the little brother. How's ejection looking?
All consistent.
Grom Ammo.
That's some good ammo.
No issues. Now Fox is going to try it in the M70 with the folding triangle. Ironically, a little more felt recoil than the M92, but not near as bad as the Pioneer.
Yeah, I noticed it did have just a tad bit more recoil on it there.
So we've chewed through, I think, 3 boxes now. Saw everything. No jams, no failures. It does feel very consistent. I didn't feel any that seemed like they were overly warm or overly, light loaded. Did you?
No, those were all good.
And it's not, this is going to sound weird, but keep in mind I'm blind, so it's not stinky. Like, I'm not noticing, some ammo, again, I know it sounds weird, but if you know, you know. Some ammo just has a funk to it.
And corrosive funk.
This just doesn't. And I'm glad you brought up corrosive, because this very well could be corrosive ammo because of being the original primers. That's actually the primers that tend to be the corrosive part more than anything else on the stuff. And you might be wondering, why did Poland make corrosive ammo into the 60s, 70s, 80s? Storage. Corrosive ammo, corrosive primers are more stable, especially in really cold weather, but just in general. Those kinds of primers last for a very long time. So while corrosive is a bit of a pain in the nards to clean, the good news is this is ammo you could stack deep, and as long as it was stored reasonably well and reasonably safe, it should last 50, even 100 years. Whereas non-corrosive is great, but it tends to destabilize after a few decades. So there's at least that benefit, and with a lot of the preppers and survivalists out there, well, you never know. But with that, we've tried 3 different types now, but I've got one more that'll definitely put this ammo and us as shooters to the test.
Oh God, is that a micro mini?
It's a micro.
Dude.
If it'll run in this and not break our wrists,
Why do I like this thing?
well, you did just saw off an inch of the buttstock of your Pioneer for no reason except to make it more uncomfortable.
That explains a lot.
That's the only reason for that gun, is to be more uncomfortable.
We need a drum. It's so little, it's hard to charge. Let's shoot this. I'm excited. My hands hurt. Ugh. Going hot. Okay, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dude, the shockwave on that gun is unbelievable.
Oh, it's believable. This was the most ridiculous AK I had to hand. To be fair, it ran. Forgive us if we don't want to do extra mags through it, though. We'll just say because we're getting hungry. Yeah, that's the reason. But no, I figured if the Grom would run in this essentially no dwell time, tiny gas system gun. If you think this gun looks ridiculous from the outside, wait till you see the insides and just what they had to do to make this thing run. Comes apart as normal. No, the top cover is not hinged on the micro, and yes, your rear sight is mounted to it. Yes, it really doesn't hold zero, and no, it really doesn't matter because, yeah, they know what this is for. And the first goofy thing with this is this buffer in the back. And that's actually there to keep your bolt from jumping out of the back of the receiver because of the gas system. I'm using that in quotes. With the block in there, your bolt is in, because without it, this is your piston as such. It would completely jump out. It's not fixed in the front at all. And to remove your bolt, you of course pull this out. And now there's enough space for it to come rearward to pop out of our receiver. It'd run in anything, and I think that gives you a pretty good advantage. You got an economy grade 16-inch gun, slightly nicer 16-inch gun, a 10-inch gun, and under 6-inch gun here. And you have Romanian, Serbian, Polish manufacturer. You know, there's others out there, but I think that covers the major bases. Probably could have done an arsenal, but didn't have one with us today for once. Misha from the future here, and even though we didn't have an arsenal, a couple of days later, a friend did bring out this, so seemed like a good candidate to try the ammo in. Definitely not the most comfy butt plate, but seems to have worked fine out of a pre-ban Chinese Type 56-2. But yeah, that stock isn't the most comfy. No, the ammo seems good. Now, of course, people are going to wonder about the price point. We don't do a lot of price talk on this channel because it's kind of invalid the minute you say it. It will probably be under 45 cents a round, give or take, maybe even less, but you never know. Inflation, trade, shipping. The days of 10, even 20 cents around anything are unfortunately just over. However, 40, 45 cents a round is a heck of a lot better than 80 or a buck a round. And at least it's good ammo. It'd be one thing if it were kind of weak-loaded shite ammo. That's what always drove me crazy when I heard people paying crazy money for Tula ammo. Tula was fine if you got it cheap. We did. But to pay over 50 cents a round for Tula, I never could. On the other hand, 50 cents a round for actual surplus stuff, okay, you can justify that. And I do like that even though the corrosive primers that might be in these are a bit of a, you need to clean them. Then again, you should just clean your guns anyway. At least you can stack them deep and not worry about them going off in 20 years. Trust me, as someone who's getting into their, mid to late 40s, 20 years goes by faster than you'd think. Misha, a few days in the future here. Speaking to corrosive, didn't clean the micro, and we've had a little bit of rain. Let's see if there's any signs of rust. Now, I will say at this stage, if you do see rust, it'll just be orangey brown, says the blind guy, and it should just wipe right off. Keep in mind, too, this is a chrome-lined bore. Apart here, let's see after a few days if there's any rust starting to form. Obviously, the quote-unquote bolt face is going to get carbon buildup and be quite filthy. This wasn't a new gun before we shot it. That's one place it can form, but the face of the bolt itself is another place. And then, of course, because of the gas system in an AK, it can blow anywhere in here. It's actually not the chrome lined barrel you have to really worry about. It's everywhere else that isn't protected by chrome. And one way I usually know if my gun is actually rusting hardcore is when the muzzle device no longer moves, because it gets in those threads, freezes them up, and you've got a real problem. So this one still moves. Again, this is the insides after not quite a week. But this is just a sample size of 1. But at least it's something new. The ammo, not the gun. We'll keep working with it. We have a little bit more. We picked up essentially half a case to try, and so far, not at all disappointed. But what do you think? Have you picked this up yet? Based on our performance today, we would actually like to see some other maybe calibers come in, but then it kind of gets into the cost effectiveness, if it's there or not. Any last thoughts, Fox?
Well, that is good ammo.
To be expected.
I thought it was good. I think that's a great ammo. You can tell it's a military punchiness, like a good full power military punchiness, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
so it should have pretty good range.
Yeah, that was my next point. Is I would be curious to compare it to some of my other 7.62 and shoot maybe some distance with it. There's also some groups just to see its consistency.
Yeah, we can do that next time. Like I said, we have about half the case left, so that seems like a good thing to kind of do with the other half of the case there. But yeah, just kind of a first look, new product for spring of 2025. And since it's AK related, it was something we felt we could bring. We're trying to diversify recently. You know, did the hearing protection video, doing an ammo video. You never know what's next. But yeah, please do like, share, and subscribe. Like to help us out, check out Patreon. If not, liking, subscribing, sharing, looking at old videos, those all go a long way as well. So this is Misha.
This is Fox.
And we'll catch you very soon after dinner next time.